Hi, and welcome back to Gavin's Sonex B. You might be able to remember a couple of videos ago I was talking about the instrument panel and the fact that I wanted to make the instrument panel hinge or make it removable in some way, because I'm not exactly a small person, and also at 62 I didn't want to be grovelling around on my back upside down with my head in the footwell of the cockpit, looking up into the pit of oblivion, trying to fix something. So I wanted to be able to get at the back side of the instrument panel. So I've made the plunge, got the little electric saw out, and sawn my instrument panel in two, and it now looks a little bit like this. Let's go wide. So I now have the instrument panel itself separated from the channel at the bottom, and the channel is here, and I was going to fit a hinge on the bottom edge between the two, and to do that I've used a piece of P4 hinge, which is the slightly wider hinge section for the bottom part, and a piece of P3, which is the narrower section, to go on the instrument panel itself. And in the same way that the seat back is done, I've cut out the centre two hinge parts out of one of the sections and the centre one out of the other, so that when they mate there's a gap in the centre. And then I've cut myself a couple of pins with a little 90-degree bend on the end for each side. So that means that I can actually detach the instrument panel from the bottom channel. I was a bit worried about the sort of strength of this, but now I've actually had it together, it's pretty rigid, may even be more rigid than the original. So what I'll do is I'll Cleco it all together and show you what it looks like when it's in one piece. So here we have the bottom cross member, I suppose you'd call it, the bit that goes across the bottom of the instrument panel, and we're sitting in the cockpit looking at the instrument panel, if you can imagine that. And as you can see, what I've done is put the hinge on so that the hinge pin is below the level of the actual bottom of the channel. That is so that I can lower the hinge on the front of the instrument panel to give myself the largest area to put instruments in, because obviously I'm going to lose the bottom half an inch or so of the instrument panel due to the hinge being there. So I've put the hinge section so that the pin is at the lowest I can get away with. And so it looks a little bit like this. And then with the panel itself, this is the back side of the panel, the instrument panel, and the hinge is running across the back side with the pin forwards. And when the two are put together, which I'm not sure I can do one-handed, but we'll give it a go. Probably not. I'll tell you what, I'll put the two halves together and we'll have another go. So after having used two hands, it's assembled together and clecoed in place. So looks a little bit like this. And there we have the gap for the two pins so that I can withdraw them and remove the panel. Now around the top of the panel I'm going to use bolts and captive nuts to secure it. Quite a few of them, probably using the holes that are positioned in the fixing strips that go round the glare shield, but we'll get to that later. So just to prove to you that it does actually hinge, there we go. And that's what it looks like on the reverse. I think it's probably unlikely that I am going to use it as a hinge. It's more of a way of releasing the bottom edge of the panel so that we can remove the entire thing. The trim unit is going to be going here. It's very long and you couldn't hinge the panel down. It would hit the glare shield. So that's what I've done. Hopefully it's going to work out all right. It seems pretty strong. I was worried about the center area where I've taken out a couple of the or three of the hinge parts. If I'm still worried about it, I will fit a strengthener probably on the inside just to spread the load across there, but probably not. Anyway, I'm going to pop some rivets into this now, and then I can start thinking about maybe cutting some holes in the actual panel itself. See you later. So there we have it, one detachable instrument panel. And it looks very good. I'm very pleased with it. I think it's going to work fine. But of course, the proof is in the pudding, as they always say. So until we've flown it, we won't really know. Anyway, that's all for me for the moment. I'm currently waiting for a few bits and pieces to arrive. I've ordered some new sintered bronze bushes for the elevator push rods. The ones supplied in the kit were a little on the short side, so I've ordered some slightly longer ones that I can cut down. And we've got a different radio arriving, more on that later. And what else have we got coming? All the parts, managed to locate all the parts for the turbo cooler. That's proved to be a bit of an arduous thing to find all the bits. Had to have some shipped from Hong Kong, the United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, and France. So they'll all be arriving over the next couple of weeks, and then we'll take it from there. So see you again soon.